So here we are back in the Theory of Finance tutorial 1, and we're going to look at questions 6 and 7 now, which looks at the Irish Stock Exchange data. So I just click on here to get the data. I'll save it to disk and then open the file up. So here we've got the 20 companies in the Irish Stock Exchange in millions of euros, and then the data for analysis. So we've got the share price, which is the 5th of each month since 2004, so we only have a few observations. The first question asks for to construct a correlation matrix of returns and identify the pair of stocks with the lowest correlation. Now, first of all, we have to calculate the returns. Many different ways of doing that. I could insert a column here and then put the return for this would be the index, and copy it down and repeat that by inserting a row here and here, etc. An easier way would be to create a either insert a new workbook or to create a copy of this one. So I just right click there, move or copy, and create this one here, create a copy. So I'll rename this returns, because I don't actually want this data because it's just a repeat. So I'll get rid of all the stock indices and the stock data, and instead I'll put some return data in here. So I know I'm entering a formula, it's 100 to get into percentage, and my data is in here. So it's that value minus the value it was before, close bracket, divided by. Notice in the formula bar at the top now, it doesn't just refer to the cell values, but it actually refers to the worksheet values also. And there's that value. I just right click and make that just a couple of decimal places, center it, and now I can copy it that way. So that's the first month's return, and also I can copy it down over for the entire period under consideration. And very quickly I have managed to calculate the monthly returns for a large data set. That's a useful tool just to create a new worksheet and to work like that. And I'll include a new worksheet now because I want to do the correlations. So remember what a correlation matrix is. It's the relation between one stock and another stock. So I need to put some labels on this. So I'm just going to highlight this. These are the codes for the different stocks. I can always revert back to the other worksheet to find out what those codes mean. So I copy those and paste them in here. Now I'd also like them going down here also, and I can do that. I just highlight those, edit, copy, and I'm going to want them here, and I click edit, not paste, but paste special, and I use transpose, and there's the numbers there. So now I've got the framework for the correlation, and I only really wanted, as the question said, 4 stocks. So we know that the correlation between one stock and itself would be 1, so just to verify that, I could click here, equals, because I'm entering a formula, correl, and select the returns on correl with itself. The answer should be 1. Then I could have the returns on the stock index with this stock here, ALBK. So again, correl, there's the return series, I highlight correl, that stock, and there's the correlation, 0.39. In fact, I'll highlight the entire area and center it and put it to and set the number just to 2 decimal places, so 0.39. Then in the next one, equals, because I'm entering a formula, highlight my return data, and then my stock data. And I'll do it for one more. so correl, so between the index and this firm here. Okay, so the correlation matrix is building up. All of the stocks so far are positively correlated. So you can see here I've got the correlation between B4 to B30 and B4 to B30. Here the correlation between B4 to B30 and C4 to C30, near D4 to D30, etc. Now clearly it's going to take quite some time to complete this matrix because it's very time consuming. If we think about it, however, there is some logic in this. This one is between B and B. This one is between B and C. This one is between B and D. This one is between B and E. If I come down here, it would be the correlation between this value and this value. And notice the symmetry here. Just to continue with this point here, this would be the correlation between the values on ALBK and itself. It should be a 1. Next one, correlation between ALBK and the series alongside it. Next one, correlation between ALBK and BKIR. There's the correlation matrix building up. Again, notice the symmetry of this point here. But here it's between C and B, C and C, C and D, C and E. So there's some logic, and we could perhaps draw upon that logic to create the correlation matrix much easier.